The Apple Card has become one of the most popular credit cards on planet Earth, which is hilarious considering Apple is a technology company. But is the Apple Card still worth it in 2022? Let's find out. All right, let's jump right into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So I've made a number of videos on the Apple Card in the past, including a review last year, the new family sharing features, and even the rumored Apple Card Plus, which would be a premium version of this product. But a lot has changed in the market since we made that original review, and a lot of new products now rival the Apple Card, which has definitely changed the landscape of whether or not this product is still worth it. So first of all, this card has no annual fee and really no fees across the board, including no foreign transaction fees, late fees, or anything like that. Obviously, we are all familiar with the beautiful titanium design of the Apple Card, and that makes it one of the only free metal credit cards that I'm aware of, and it's going to seamlessly integrate with your iPhone and other iOS devices and give you real-time cash back rather than having to wait until the end of the month, and will even help you strategize the best way to pay off your balance, which sounds really cool and looks really flashy, but this feature actually sucks, and I'll explain why in a second. Before we get to that though, the Apple Card is going to give you 2% cash back on purchases where you use Apple Pay, as well as 1% cash back on all other purchases that do not involve Apple Pay. On top of that, you're also going to earn 3% cash back on any Apple Store purchases, including the retail locations, as well as the App Store, Apple Music, and even Apple TV. Plus, that 3% also applies to a number of brands like Exxon Mobil, Nike, Panera, and several others. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Of course, they're going to boast about their privacy and security features that every other financial product talks about nowadays, but other than that, this product is pretty basic, which I think is why a lot of people really love using it. There's no jumping through hoops or activating cashback categories or redeeming points and transferring points or anything like that. It's really just straightforward cashback that goes right into your Apple Wallet and can be spent right from your smartphone, and you don't even have to wait until the end of the month to get that cash back. They're literally going to give it to you in real time as the transaction happens, which really makes it feel like you're getting a percentage off of every purchase. Now, before we get to my personal thoughts on this product, and we'll also take a look at some competing products, what credit score is recommended in order to get approved for the Apple Card? Well, there's some conflicting information online, but if we go straight to the Apple website, it says that scores above 660 are considered favorable for credit approval. However, I will tell you firsthand that even if your score is above 660, that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get approved. As I've talked about before, I have applied for the Apple Card twice several years ago, and despite the fact that I had a credit score in the low 700s at the time, I still got denied twice. Now, that's more than likely due to the fact that at the time I was a college student who didn't really have any consistent means of income, so I can't really blame them. I mean, I wouldn't give 18-year-old version of myself a credit card either, but the general consensus seems to be that if you have a consistent income and a score in the mid to high 600s, then more than likely you will be approved for the Apple Card. So that still puts it in a beginner to intermediate category, but definitely on the higher end, because getting this product with absolutely no credit history is very unlikely. I will also mention that Apple did recently launch a new feature called Path to Apple Card, where essentially if you apply and are denied, they are going to walk you through your different financial metrics and help you meet the necessary requirements in order to get approved if you apply again in the future. And applying for the Apple Card is the easiest and fastest credit card application that I have ever filled out. It literally takes like 2 minutes, and you'll have an instant approval or denial, in my case, in literally a matter of minutes, and there's no hard inquiry, meaning applying shouldn't have any negative impact on your credit score, which is always an added bonus. Enough about all of that. You all want to know if the Apple Card is worth it in 2022. And the simple answer is it depends, but for most customers, no, it is definitely not worth it. For starters, there's the simple fact that there are just better products that offer better cashback rewards. You've got the incredibly popular Citi Double Cash Card that gives you 2% back on everything, the newer SoFi credit card that gives you 2% back on everything and even allows you to put those cashback rewards towards investments and some other redemption options, as well as just taking the cash back, and even the newest Wells Fargo Active Cash Card that gives you 2% back on everything as well. So those are are just 3 examples that I can think of off the top of my head, but none of them have annual fees, and they all give you 2% unlimited cash back, regardless of whether you pay with your phone or just swipe your card. Whereas, remember, with the Apple Card, you're only going to get that 2% cash back if you use Apple Pay, which admittedly most places do accept Apple Pay nowadays, but when it comes to paying for things online, for example, you're typically only going to be getting 1% cash back. Now, the software and integration with iOS devices for the Apple Card is absolutely unmatched. It is beautiful and easy to use, and honestly, I would expect nothing less from Apple. It's just wonderfully designed and makes things like the Wells Fargo app look like a dinosaur from another century. I will say, though, that like I mentioned earlier, the fancy circle graph thing that they love to show in all of their advertisements that is supposedly there to help you pay less in interest is honestly ridiculous and promotes really unhealthy spending habits, in my opinion. Yes, it is a really quick and easy way to show you how much interest you'll pay based on how quickly you pay off your balance, but I've got a little trick for you. Drag that thing all the way to the top, and there you go, you now don't owe anything in interest. You can thank me later. You've all heard it a million times before from me and a lot of other people probably, but if you're going to get this credit card or any credit card, please, if you take nothing else from this video, always pay off your credit cards on time, every time, without fail. Do not just make the minimum payments, pay off the entire balance, use it as if it is cash or a debit card, and you will be just fine. If you can't do those things, then just take your card and cut it up, or in the case of the Apple Card, bend it in half, I guess, since it's metal. But again, just pay off your balance in full, please. You will pay way more in interest and fees than you could possibly ever earn in cash back, not to mention the fact that carrying a balance on a credit card is just a bad idea to begin with. So I am personally not really a huge fan of the Apple Card anymore, and I do think that there are much better alternatives on the market nowadays, but there is a specific type of person that this product is perfect for, and that of course would be the Apple fanatic. I'm talking about the person who has the iPhone, the Apple Watch, the MacBook, the iPad, and the funny t-shirt that they wear at the Apple Store and all of that good stuff. Admittedly, I do use all of those things other than the t-shirt, I guess, and I do love Apple products, but as someone who has looked at a lot of different financial tools, I just can't bring myself to recommend the Apple Card to anyone other than those of you that just love Apple and want to have a really cool-looking metal credit card in your wallet. And if that's the case for you, then that is awesome. You should go ahead and get this card, and I'm so happy for you because I love a cool looking credit card just as much as the next guy. But if a milled titanium credit card means nothing to you and you're just looking to get the most cash back possible, then this product is definitely not for you, and this probably goes without saying, but if you don't have an iOS device, then you'll probably want to avoid this product as well. So, yes or no, is the Apple Card worth it in 2022? Well, I'm gonna go with a solid no. Software is cool, and I like the new family sharing feature, but there's better alternatives. Plus, in order to get the most value out of this card, you'll need an iPhone that can easily cost over $1,000, which even though a lot of us probably already have an iPhone, it just seems like an odd requirement in order to get a free credit card. Maybe if those rumors of an Apple Card Plus finally come true, then I'll revisit this product, but for the time being, it is just not for me. But as always, this is just my opinion, so I'd love to know what you think of the Apple Card down in the comment section below, and whether or not you feel it is a good product in 2022, and if not, what do you think is the best alternative? If you did get value out of this content and you want to help support me, the easiest way to do that is by checking out some of my favorite financial tools down in the description below, including one offer from the Point Cashback Debit Card that'll currently give you $100 when you open your account and make your first purchase. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future. And of course, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.